Right. Thank you so much to Jaylene and to Maya for agreeing to sit down and to answering some questions for us, just so that we can get the student point of view of some cultural questions that we have here at Legacy. And so I'm going to go through, I'm going to ask you guys a series of questions and just answer organically. From time to time, I may throw in like a follow-up question to the question, just in order to provide clarity to the answer. Okay. Do all teachers issue you demerits and hold you accountable, or do you feel that some teachers hold you more accountable than others?
I feel like I feel like I feel like some teachers will issue you the demerits and hold you accountable. Um, but some teachers will or what did I say last time? Yeah, some teachers will issue demerits and hold you accountable, or some teachers will like already know the type of kid they're dealing with, so they'll just tell you what's gonna happen before you get in class, and if you do what you are gonna be, if you do what you're supposed to be doing, they'll give you demerits. They'll give you merits, but if you don't do it, then they'll give you the demerits.
Okay. What about you, Jenny?
Well, I completely agree because some teachers do it more than others, like set expectations and stuff. But also when come just in general, like they know that certain students act the same way they act throughout the day and throughout the week, that automatically they already have that in their mindset, like, oh, this person's not gonna follow the directions, so they automatically give the demerits like exactly the same as the other day.
Okay. And so you do. So do you feel that every scholar doesn't enter with a clean slate each day?
Yeah, I know some kids that will just go in class doing whatever they want. And because they think they know the teacher too, like they think they know the teacher, they can do what they want. But then sometimes the teacher ends up like getting loud or screaming because the student keeps doing the same repeated things that they do every day. That's not good.
Do teachers provide you with rationale for the demerit that they're giving you, and do they name the demerit?
I feel like it depends what it is, but I generally feel like they don't give you rationale. Like usually they'll just be like, that's a demerit, and then you'll ask why, and they'll be like, oh well, you know what you did, and then yeah, basically.
I think that they don't either. I think that when they wait, did I say that last time? I said I think they don't. Yeah, I think they don't either. I think they give when they give you the demerit, they just say they just give it to you. They just give you the demerit, and then you end up going on school running and seeing what the demerit is.
Okay. Do teachers give clear expectations in their directions to minimize off-task or disruptive behavior?
I feel like certain teachers do that because not all teachers do that. There's certain times where a teacher would be standing at the door, giving you your classwork or your do now, and be like, oh, do it silently for 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes on the clock. Sit down. Of course, some students don't listen or whatever, but that's where demerits come into place. But yeah, certain teachers do it. It depends because there's other teachers that don't do it at all. They'll just give you your work and then just let whatever is happening happen, and then because they'll be considered like over it, or like it's the same thing from yesterday, so they'll be tired of it.
And I think the same thing, I think when they're like she said, when they're at the door, they'll not give you they'll not tell you what you're supposed to do, but then they'll be like kids, like say you're at the door and they're giving you the papers, and then they're just kids in the back wilding out, going crazy, and then once you get in class, they tell you, oh, expectation is silent, but they don't tell you that when you get in the door.
Okay, thank you. Do you feel that teachers use a neutral tone when holding scholars accountable or issuing demerits?
I feel like it depends what situation it is, of course, but I feel like some teachers go from like a 0 to 10 ratio. Sometimes it just you could go from a calming tone, they automatically go to yelling because they feel like, I guess, that the only way the students are gonna listen is if they yell. Me, personally, I don't like being yelled at, and I know that when being yelled at, my instant reaction is to yell back because I don't like stuff like that. So
I feel like it's a 50-50 because some teachers they'll not use a tone to make the students understand that they're being serious, and that will cause the student to keep doing the same things every day because they'll think the teacher is just not being serious, not gonna do nothing. And then I feel the other half they do tend to get loud, and then when they do get loud, like she said, that causes the kid to go back and forth and a kid in the office, and then, yeah.
Do you feel that teachers know the handbook, or do you feel that there are policies or demerits that they make up that don't exist?
I feel like for some teachers, of course, it's some teachers, not all of them, but some teachers they don't follow the handbook, and they don't really know it because you can go from a situation where you're like being like, oh, that's a warning, it'll automatically be a reset without a demerit. So like it'll go from like say if the scholar's not doing the work, it'll automatically be a reset instead of one demerit. Or they'll go if the kid is like acting up or like causing disruptions in the classroom, they'll automatically go for removal. They don't follow the two demerits equals a reset, and then if after you come back for the reset, you continue your behavior, then it's a removal, but they don't follow that.
I agree with what she said, but I feel like kind of the opposite a little bit because I know some teachers that like they when they give me the demerit, they'll like tell me and they'll be like, "Yup," because that's in the handbook too. So I feel like some of them do know what's in the handbook because I had a situation like yesterday when I thought something wasn't in the handbook, but then the teacher actually told me, and then we went to Dr. Robinson and asked her, and it was in the handbook. So I feel like that.
Okay. Do you feel that they give you the right demerit for whatever the infraction is, or do you feel that you are threatened with more severe demerits than what you've earned?
Okay, I'll go first. This one. Okay. I feel like they don't give you the rate. Well, some teachers do, but I feel like some teachers don't because like some teachers will be like, oh, that's 8 or that's 12 when it's actually like 1 or 2 the demerits count.
Yeah, I 100% agree because a lot of teachers they do that to scare the kids in some way. Meanwhile, half of these kids probably don't care how many demerits and detentions they got.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're being threatened from like a chewing gum situation. It'll be a 4 demerits, but they'll say like, oh no, that's 8 because I called you twice and you did. You know what I mean?
Okay. And do you feel like teachers, and here at Legacy we have a 3-to-1 ratio from merits to demerits, meaning that for every 3 merits or for every 1 demerit that a teacher gives, then they should give 3 merits. Do you feel like that's something that you see within your classes?
I feel like that is something I see in my classes because I will see a kid doing something wrong and then like they'll get a demerit, but then like they'll be back on task and then they'll be doing a question and then they'll get it right, so then they get like extra 4 merits or extra merit to balance demerit to merit out.
I personally feel like they don't really follow that 3-to-1 ratio because with merits, I barely see merits on my school runner. Like ever since like they were reminded of that 3-to-1 ratio, when they give a demerit, like it'll be a demerit for like a little thing. Say if you get up, like throw a paper away or something. That's what they give a demerit for. They don't give merits in return for good behavior. They look for the slightest things that to give a demerit. So any little action like movement, or they'll just try to give you a demerit, and then overall then they weigh it off with whatever merits they give to other students.
Okay. Do you feel as if they name the merit that they're giving you, like saying that that's for academic grit, that's for a strong academic answer, or that's for an insightful or meaningful comment, that's for positivity? Do you feel as if they name the merits that they give you?
No, they don't name the merits. They'll just be like, oh, that's a merit, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't hear no reasoning until you go physically on your school runner and see what you got it for.
Or they have like the kids that they'll have like the board with them where they write their merits and demerits down, or they'll be like, give that person a merit, give that person 2 merits, give that. They don't really name what they're giving it for.
All right, thank you so much, Jaylene and Tamaya. Definitely really appreciate the time that you guys took and all of the meaningful and insightful comments that you made throughout this video. And those are the merits that I'm going to give to you for that. Have a great day and thank you so much.